planner friends, it's Nia. Welcome to Life with Nia. Today we are setting up our July 2022 budget. We are using a monthly planner from Erin Condren and the Budget Mom Budget by Paycheck boxed set. And moment of transparency, this isn't even set up all the way, but we're gonna get there like blank. We're gonna get there though. I'm talking blank like the calendar. I put some checklists down, but we're gonna get there anyway. So I'm gonna talk about goals, income, expenses, debt, cash envelope sinking funds, and savings challenges. And I'll touch briefly on business related items, although I don't think anything major business related will be happening this month, which is good because we've spent a lot of business related money the last few months. So this is sort of like my build-do calendar for the month, and I have here my July goals. So the first goal is to save $700 and also pay off $1,000 in debt, $3,000 in Etsy sales, earn 100 on YouTube plus 100 new subscribers. I'm trying to take like a little bit of time off of work and work on Shopify. So that is the goal in July, is to have a few days off, which, can I just say, like, today is Sunday, I'm filming, I don't have to go to work tomorrow because it's the 4th of July. It's like glorious to have an extra day. Like, and I know it will truly be an extra day, hopefully, where people leave me alone. So I just feel like if I can have some like time away, I can dedicate that time towards working on the Shopify site and getting that launched, which would lead to launching the sticker club. And now that you all have seen the planner sesh box and are seeing that I'm putting together other stationery items, I'd also like to create a sort of notebook club. So you're going to be seeing more and more notebooks coming. And once we get the sticker club up and running, I'm going to work on a notebook club as well. And all types of notebooks, like, it could be a habit tracking notebook. It could be just a line notebook, a dot grid notebook, a blank notebook, decorative pages inside, journal, all kinds of different things. So that is coming. Have a goal to track expenses. I did not do the best towards the end of May tracking, and I had fell off a little bit at the end of June as well, and so I want to get back on track and do a better job of that. And I am prepping for the fall planner sesh box. All right, so for this month for income, we are expecting about $7,597. So normal monthly income from my job is about $5,000. I still am receiving a health stipend and a telework stipend, and I'm thinking about it now, and I may have, like, it's not really a raise. I think I might, I don't know. I'm maxed out, so that always makes me not know things until after it happens. It's very odd the way that state government works. It's like you really don't know your salary, what you earn, or just anything. It's very secretive. I've always felt that way. This is like year 13, and I've always felt that way about it. It's like, well, what is my salary? I don't know. Anyway, so we're supposed to have like a 2.5% or 2% cost of living adjustment that goes into effect July 1st. But I don't know if you get it if you're maxed out. So we'll see when we get our check in August, because I have no clue. And the thing about it is, like, there's no one it's just ridiculous. Anyway, there's no one to ask. So we may see it. We won't see it this month, but we may see next month a bump in salary. Just random thoughts running through my mind. Anyway, From Etsy, looking to bring about $900 in. This is like what Etsy would pay me, but then the amount that I would pay myself would be less than that because I put aside money for taxes and to put back into the business. YouTube, about $159. That would be for the last 2 months. Not expecting anything to come in from 31. I have already had 420 come in from my car sinking fund. I'll tell you my whole car story in just a second. 460 is what I'm expecting to use from my emergency fund. 60 of that went towards the car. 85 was the pet sinking fund. That was to get Petey's medication. And then I paid a tax bill that was $62. So I've got this written in here. I don't know that there's anything else. I don't think quarterly taxes are due, but I need to go look because it's not quarter. I think I had this conversation with y'all before about how it's not true quarters. I want to say like June 30th is the end of a quarter, but I need to go look. I know April was, and then I feel like let's look real quick while I keep talking. So let me tell you the car thing, which I shared part of it already. So Friday I get up and I go to T-Mobile for a phone, which is right around the corner from my house, very close. I could walk. And well, no, that's not true. I went to a specific T-Mobile, which is still not far. I mean, it's walking distance, but it's a little bit further. And they're closed and they're doing some sort of remodeling or something. So I went to a different one, which is closer to my house actually, but doesn't offer the full range of services. So because they don't offer the full range of services, I wasn't able to get a phone. And so the guy I was talking to said, you can just order it online so that you can get what you want. They basically don't carry phones that are anything but the smallest amount of storage space for the phone. So I wanted like a large amount of storage space, which, side note, why are phones like $500 million? Like, who paid, like, what? Who pays that? I'm looking at the whole thing felt fishy to me. I know it just, maybe fishy is not the right word. Scammy. It just feels wrong. Like, these phones are like $1,500. Like, never, ever, 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 ever. Like, never. That was for like a new iPhone 13 with a terabyte. So I was like, I'll take an iPhone 12. I don't need brand spanking new. So, but I wanted 256 gigabytes of storage. So I think I paid $233. Like, that's the total price for the phone. Like, they're going to pay the rest of it because they're giving me $600 in credit, which I still think is ridiculous because that's still like $900 for. Anyway, I'm not paying the whole $900, so there's that. $233 I felt like was unreasonable as well, but I'll pay that over $1,500 because what in the world? Okay, so anyway, let me get back off my soapbox. So I come home, I order the phone, and now I'm going to go to Costco and get Petey's medicine. I'm probably home less than 10 minutes to order this phone because I had already looked the night before, so I knew exactly what I was going in there to log in and do and get in and get out and be done. So, home 10 minutes, go back to get in the car won't start. Huh? Like, okay, well, what is this? And, like, I have a remote start, a keyless, like, you don't put the key in the ignition. And so sometimes it'll give you like a little error message and you basically just have to put the key fob up against where the start button is to get it to like reprogram itself. So I thought it was that. So I tried that, didn't work. So I went back in the house. I got my other key, tried that, still didn't work. I said, okay, I think my battery's dead. So I look online. I was like, how much is the battery? Batteries are also ridiculous. I think the last time I bought a battery was maybe $100. They're like 200. So I am like, okay, the auto parts store is back by I could just stopped on the way home, picked up battery had I known. It's in the same parking lot with T-Mobile. So I walked back. I walked to the to the auto parts store and got a battery. And I took one of my 31 bags because I knew a battery is heavy. I didn't realize how heavy. And I was like, if I come back, well, actually, I said, can you guys install it for me? And he was like, yeah, the car here. And I said, no. I said, I'll just bring it back. And he was like, why don't you just leave the battery here? I said, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to jump it and come back. If not, I'll just do it myself. So I walk home with this battery. It's like maybe a mile. I still hurt. It's like 3 days later, and my body still hurts from this long trek carrying this battery. I don't know how much a battery weighs. That would be real interesting to find out. I just know it was really, really heavy. So I get home, pop my trunk, not my trunk, my hood, and the connections are too tight for me to get them loose. So I was like, okay, I have a halo. I jumped the car and drove back to the auto parts store. And so the guy comes outside and he is like, no, there's a lot of corrosion here. I don't know if your connectors are, too worn out. And if I take it off the battery and I can't put it back, then you're stuck. And I said, okay, well, what do you recommend then? And he's like, you go to, a mechanic. Like the closest one is Les Schwab, which is like catty corner in the opposite. Well, it's not even, it's a little further down the road. So I said, okay. Meanwhile, I've left the car running this whole time because the battery's dead. So I go to Les Schwab, leave the car running, go inside, talk to a guy who really wasn't trying to help me. And so I tell him what happened. I said, I went and I purchased a battery. He's worried that the connectors, the terminals may be damaged and blah, 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 blah. So, I need to get the battery installed. Do you guys do that here? No, we don't install other people's batteries. And I said, okay, do you sell batteries? Yeah. I said, well, can you take a look at the connectors and let me know if you can repair them if they need to be repaired? And if so, I can buy a battery. And he's like, you can't buy another battery. Sir, yes, I can. I can buy two. I have the funds and the means to do that. Oh, his attitude changed. I guess I was just, because I had already bought a battery, clearly I couldn't buy another one. So he goes out and looks at the car and he's like, well, I really don't know. It doesn't look that bad. Let's go back inside and see if we can find you a battery. Meanwhile, I don't want to buy anything from him because he started out rude. So this story is entirely too long. So we go back inside. He doesn't have a battery, but he's trying to send me to another Les Schwab that is on the other side of Elk Grove. Meanwhile, can I just tell you, the car is still running. The car is running this whole time. This is like probably 45 minutes of the car running. It's like, y'all know how much gas is? Anyway, so he doesn't have a battery. He's trying to send me to another Les Schwab across town. I was like, okay, they have the battery in stock. I said, yeah, I'll do that. And in my mind, a light bulb went off that I know a mechanic, which is where I promptly drove to. And he had me in and out in 10 minutes. But that was like 2 hours later that this whole debacle, maybe 3, started. So now, instead of going to Costco at 11, I'm going in the middle of the day at 3 with all the people. Y'all know I don't people like that. So anyway, I had already planned this month to pay the car registration. It arrived in June. It's not due until August. So I had paid the car registration before this happened. Car registration was $265. I had pulled $220 from my car sinking fund, and I guess you could say I just like the other $45 I cash flowed from money that was in my checking account, right? So I had $200 left in my car fund, and it was in cash. And the battery was like $250. So I went and bought the battery with the other money from my car sinking fund. My car sinking fund now has zero in it. But like, y'all, sinking funds are life. Like, I would be messed up without savings, period, but without my sinking funds. Like, was I inconvenienced? Absolutely. Was I bothered? No. Except for by the guy that didn't want to help me. No, because I knew I had the money. Like, no, it takes all the pressure off of you. So anyway, yeah, that's my car story. Anyways, so, and I got my cardio in for the week. So let's talk about expenses. So obviously, like, for unbudgeted, the car expenses are going to go in there. The registration I sort of had budgeted for, but the battery I had not. PD also has a cardio appointment this month, which is going to be about $400. So the plan is for that to come out of my emergency fund as well. And hopefully we won't have anything else going on this month that isn't unusual. I am going to end up paying like probably an extra $40 to Instant Ink, just because I was printing all of the pages for the self-care journal, and it was thousands of pages when you put them all together. So that made me go over for that. So that'll be like an extra $40 that is in my expenses this month. Other than that, everything else should be the same. We have a cash envelope video, which I'll link down below. We've already stuffed our cash envelopes. Total of $841 this month going into cash envelopes. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing changed drastically. I did put clothing back in for $10. Food is at $240, and I had $24 that I had forgot about, so $264 is what I have for food. I've got $190 for gas. I rolled over $110, and I'm like at a quarter tank, so because I wasted my gas and they're having my car run for like 3 hours while I tried to get a battery. So I'll probably still only have to get gas once this month. And then I added a category for phone because phones are expensive, and at some point I'm going to need to replace the phone again. But I've had this phone, I think, since 2019, so we're like on year 3. So it may not be too bad. Sinking funds. So our sinking funds, you know what? I think, let me look at June. Sinking funds are like, we're really close to 10,000. 977204. So that is where we're at. And like with what I added, I know it puts us over 10, but then with what's been taken away, it's probably going to come back under. So it'd be really kind of cool to hit 10,000. On a separate note, like I have shared, like I do periodic deposits of cash, but I'm glad that I had cash on hand for the situation with the car. I pay cash for PD, so I keep part of my emergency fund in cash as well, because I use Ally, and I don't have, you could get a checking account or whatever with them, but it's just the savings, and so I don't have easy access to the funds. It's like 2 or 3 days before, a transfer will show up in my bank account, which is the best thing for me to keep me from spending the money. But then, like, if you need it in a pinch, is not necessarily the best thing. So that's part of the reason why I keep a little bit of cash on hand as well. So we've currently got $36.96 in the emergency fund, $17.36 in our tax fund, $6.85 in vacation, $2.10 in health. We had $3.82 in the car fund. We now have $2. 128 for bulk shopping, 250 for pet, 1600 for home, which also is Saveopoly, the 52-week savings challenge, the Budget Mom savings challenge, the penny savings challenge, and the rainy day fund all grouped together. 0 is in business, $2.99 is in Christmas, $2.75 in Black Friday, $1.99 in self-care, $20 for the Sam's Club membership, $30 for Costco membership, $30 for Amazon Prime, $30 for Canva, 0 for our P.O. Box because we just made that payment last month for the next year. So we will start saving again, $30 for clothing, and 0 in our new telephone fund, and $170 in utilities. So just to go back to pet, if you're wondering why I'm not going to use that $250 to cover Petey's appointment, one, his appointment is more than that. It's going to be close to $400. And two, I don't want to wipe out his fund completely because I use it for other things as well, like food and medication and whatnot. So the easiest way for me to do it is to pull it from the emergency fund. So that is our sinking funds. Debt, we are at $33,176.68. So we did come down about, I think, $942 from last month, which we had went up significantly. So I'm not going to go super big into debt. We're just going to try not to add anything new, which we've already done with our unfortunate spending with Afterpay and Sezzle and Klarna. So we're going to try to leave all of them alone this month. And last but not least, savings challenges. So we're still doing our savings challenges each week. This month, I am doing the purse purge for the Budget Mom Savings Challenge. So you count all the items in your purse, multiply them by 2, and you save that amount. I'll have an update on that when I do the next savings challenge check-in on, I usually record it on Fridays and post it on Saturdays, so that'll probably be up on the 9th. And then I am also doing the Budget Mom Savings Challenge that is called 2 for the Money. And so for this one, on your variable cash envelope, so for me that's going to be grocery, dining out, and household. I probably won't use gas. I may use bulk if I do any bulk shopping. And I may use pet if I do any shopping for PD because it's such a small amount. But I probably won't do it for gas. But anytime you spend from one of those cash envelopes, you save $2 from that envelope. So, and just because I only probably will go get gas once, I may do it for gas as well. So that, those are the 2 Budget Mom Savings Challenges that I'm going to do this month. And then, of course, we will do, we've already done our 100 envelope. We've pulled our numbers for the month, but we will do Saveopoly and the Penny Challenge and the self-care. And we will continue to save our $5 bills and do the 0 out savings challenge as well. And we'll see if we have any extra funds to do any of the other ones like the 52-week and the rainy day. So that is what I have going on for July. Let me know, is your budget ready to go for July? And do you have any major goals for this month? We started off July 1st here with quite a bang, considering the whole battery debacle, but that's okay. We have 30 more days to turn it around. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.